Here are 3 reasons why I'm still buying AMP. Reason number 1 is because I still like its room for growth, even though nothing I say is financial advice nor a guarantee. But just imagine this, right? If let's say AMP were to go to the price of 20 cents, that right there is around a 46x from here. So at first glance, some people may think, okay, that's trash. But I don't think so, because if let's say I were to put $1,000 into AMP right now, and let's say AMP were to go to the price of 20 cents, at that point, that $1,000 would hypothetically become 46 grand, around that, right? That would be kind of insane to think about. Now, a lot of people may seem to think that, okay, if something doesn't do like a 1000x minimum, that means it's complete trash, or like a 100x, they think, oh yeah, that means it's not even good. But to me, anything over 10x is actually a very big bonus. So when I see something hypothetically, let's say having the potential to do over a 40x in this case, that seems already very amazing to me at least. Now, some people may argue that, okay, why do you even focus on these projects? Microcaps could do a lot better. They can do like a 1000x, a 100x. Now, here's the thing again. I'm not looking for that because I'm in the world of cryptocurrencies. Yes, they get gains, hypothetically, but then I'm looking for something that's not too massive, where it's like a dinosaur, where it's basically like Ethereum, like a BNB, Solana, or like a Bitcoin, where it can't do, let's say, over 20x from here during this bull run. But then on the flip side, I'm not looking for a microcap because the risk is very high. Yeah, sure, maybe if I went like all in on a microcap, it could do like a 1000x or something crazy like that. But then, those type of projects, they have a lot of risk. That's a little bit too much for my appetite. So I'd much rather choose something that, again, isn't too small, but then isn't too massive. And that's something like AMP, because I believe that it's perfect balance, so to speak, in between. And that's why I really like that. Now, some people think that reaching the price of 20 cents is this crazy pipe dream or whatever, but I disagree, because if it were to go to that price, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $16 billion, which isn't too crazy, right? We've seen Dogecoin reach over 80 billion. We've seen Shiba Inu reach around 40 billion. And also we've seen BNB reach over 100 billion. Now, I'm not saying that AMP has anywhere near the fans or hype as those projects. I totally understand that. But in my opinion, its fans are not bad. Exposure is pretty good. And not to mention, if you take a look at it, again, a $16 billion market cap is way lower than what they reach at their peak. So you got to think about that. It's not too much to ask for. And even back then, right, when they reached these great heights in 2021, even during the peak of that bull run, there was roughly only around 300 million crypto owners. Now, according to Crypto.com researchers, over 600 million. So I think that this bull run could be very special. So that's why I think AMP reaching the price of 20 cents, it doesn't seem too crazy for me. And still, the hypothetical upside feels like it's still there, especially when it comes to the price of 20 cents. So that's why, of course, I'm still buying AMP. I believe in it, and I don't think the room for growth is kaka by any means. Now, some people may think that, oh yeah, what makes you think that AMP can even reach that? Its fundamentals are so bad. But I completely disagree. And that actually brings me to my second point as to why I'm still buying AMP, and that is due to its amazing fundamentals. Because if you take a look at AMP, the reason why AMP was created in the first place was because the original Flexa coin smart contract could not meet the new demands that Flexa was looking for. Now, keep in mind, AMP was created by both Flexa and Consensus. So yeah, I think you get the association there. But even besides that point, you take a look at Flexa, it's a crypto payments company. Now, when it comes to Consensus, it is a blockchain development enterprise. So yeah, that's a little bit of a historical background, I would say, when it comes to AMP. However, there's more, of course, because shortly before AMP was launched, Flexa actually created an app called SPEDN. Now, SPEDN allowed users to quite essentially pay at thousands upon thousands of merchants using various cryptocurrencies. So yeah, that's very amazing, in my opinion. However, it's important to keep in mind that both Flexa and AMP, they're actually two separate technologies. However, here's the thing. It should be noted that it's even been stated that the reason why Flexa is a little bit different when compared to other crypto payment companies out there is due to the fact that the crypto payments with Flexa are automatically converted into whichever fiat the merchant wants. Now, again, other competitors, they may not necessarily do this, which is why Flexa does stand out. Keep in mind as well, these conversions from crypto to fiat are done through crypto exchanges that Flexa has partnered up with. So yeah, that's very interesting. Now, some people may be wondering, okay, all of this is cool, but where does AMP really step in? And let me explain, because if you take a look at AMP, right, what is it used for? Let's give an example. If let's say an individual, uses the SPEDN app to purchase something at a store. Let's say they want to buy a used bratwurst extender, lead the Captain edition at a pawn shop. Let's say they want to buy a used one again, right? But then they want to buy it using, cryptocurrency through the SPEDN app. Okay, let's say they do this. During this transaction, even though the chance is very small, it could fail for whatever reason. Let's say there's a chain halt, like a hard fork or whatever nonsense like that. Then the transaction is going to fail. Then the merchant can't get their payment, so to speak. Of course, that's a very bad situation. Now, what is a way to combat this? When this purchase is made, right, an amount of amp that is slightly worth more than the transaction is temporarily locked up into a special smart contract. And the reason why this is done is because, again, if let's say the transaction fails or let's say, again, something goes wrong, then the amp that is locked up, so to speak, will be automatically sold. And again, this always ensures that the merchant will get their entire payment, so to speak, whatever happens, regardless of that, right? Let's say there's a bad situation. However, here's the thing. You may be wondering, okay, why is the amp that is locked up worth slightly more than the transaction? And the reason for that is because if, let's say, the prices of cryptos are falling, or let's say, the market is very volatile, let's say there's a big crash when it comes to cryptos, whatever the case may be, right? Again, it will still ensure that the merchant will still get their entire payment because still, the amp that is locked up is worth more than transaction. So it kind of acts as a safety mechanism. At least that's the way I take a look at it. Now, some people, they may be having some alarm bells going off because they're like, whoa, what the? So app acts as an insurance quite essentially, and they may think that what happens if multiple transactions keeps failing? What happens if thousands upon thousands keep failing and these amp that is locked up, right, they keep getting sold and then the price of amp just completely tanks? Some people, they may be wondering that. But my response is this. To my understanding, there has actually never ever been a failed transaction. So there's actually not really that much risk there. Now, I can't say with 100% certainty that there will never ever be a failed transaction because there could be, you just never know. But still, it's never happened before, at least allegedly, to my understanding. So again, the risk is actually pretty much zero, in my opinion. I can't say exactly zero, but you know what I mean, right? But even besides that point, again, something like this never happened, so I don't see why this would be a big concern. And if, let's say, several transactions fails a day, let's say, for instance, 50 fails a day or something like that, that wouldn't even really be enough to affect the price in any negative way. Would be so minuscule. So yeah, it's not a big issue. However, some people, they may be wondering, okay, where's this amp coming from, right? This amp is coming from users who are staking their amp through payment providers who are currently leveraging Flexa's payment protocol. So yeah, that's where it's coming from. But again, still, I don't think the risk is that bad. And that's just a way to take a look at it. So anyway I view it, AMP does have a good use case, even though some people at a first glance may think, whoa, this is trash. But I disagree. I think it's very fantastic. I think Flexa is amazing. I think Consensus is wonderful. And I think SPEDN is just revolutionary. So I don't think AMP is bad by any means. So of course, with fundamentals like that, why would I not still buy AMP? And the third and final reason why I'm still buying AMP is because I believe that a high tide raises all ships, meaning that when a bull run is euphoric, when the buying pressure, when the buying volume is really there, a lot of projects do go along with the ride, even some bad ones. Even if you take a look back in 2021, a lot of bad projects pump. So again, when I see this bull run, when I see the trajectory, you take a look at Bitcoin, it clearly looks like it's going to exceed far beyond $100,000. I mean, with the trajectory it is in as of right now, it's only fair to assume that, but it's going to take some time, right? But with the Bitcoin ETF, with the Ethereum ETF, with the number of institutional investors, with the amount of enterprise adoption, again, also, when you combine that with the fact that, like I mentioned earlier on the video, there's over 600 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research, or 500 million, I should say, with all these amazing factors, I could very well see Bitcoin far exceeding the price of $150,000. And if it were to do that, I think the altcoin season could be so amazing. But again, it's just a matter of time. Now, it's going to take some time for people to become fully bullish and start FOMOing into a bunch of altcoins. Again, it's going to take some time, but around 6 months to a year from right now, I think things could be a totally different story. And AMP at the price of 20 cents wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. I'm still dollar cost averaging. I'm still acquiring anytime and income and holding and just waiting because I haven't sold any AMP. I haven't sold, a bunch of my other projects either. I'm still waiting for pretty much my whole portfolio. So why would I not wait for AMP as well? That's why I still believe in it. And again, 20 cents during this bull run wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And that right there is 3 reasons why I'm still buying AMP. It's amazing In terms of its fundamentals, I like its room for growth, and I think this run could be so amazing, and I really can't wait. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.